So mga kababayan, sinagot ni Vic Rodriguez, Atty. Vic Rodriguez, itong spokesperson ni Bongbong Marcos, itong mga tanong ng mainstream media. Kasi nagkaroon ng bumisita si Bongbong Marcos sa Australia bilang siguro pagpapahinga, vacation para sa mahaba-habang kampanya. Ayon sa mainstream media ay sinalubungan niya si Bongbong Marcos ng protesta. Tapos ang buwelta naman ng ni Vic Rodriguez hindi ugaling Pinoy yung ganyang sabagay, ano bang asahan mong ugali sa mga pinklawan? Pinoy naman sila pero hindi natin makita na ang ugali ng mga pinklawan ay Pinoy. Masyado silang makasarili. Masyado silang hindi sila makatao kung titingnan mo Wala silang delikadesa. Basta sa palagay nila maka-score sila ay bira ng bira yan. Yan ang nakikita ko sa mga dilawan, mga kababayan. Walang delikadesa, makasarili. Tingnan mo, pumunta lang sa Australia ay nagkaroon kaagad ng pagkakataon na nagrally sila para lamang dito kay Bongbong Marcos. Bakit? Di ba? Yan ang masaklap. So panoorin itong buwelta ni Vic Rodriguez dito sa mga taong ito na sinabi ni Vic Rodriguez nga hindi makatao mga ito. Panoorin nyo.
I appeal to those who keep on pursuing this divisiveness. The people have spoken, the Filipino people have spoken, and an overwhelming majority has voted President-elect Bongbong Marcos and Vice President-elect Inday Sara Duterte into office as President and Vice President. And I appeal to you, instead of pushing for your agenda of animosity, tulungan nyo lang na humuna kami na pagtuunan at gamitin natin ang ating limitadong oras araw-araw. We're all limited to 24 hours in a day. Allow us to be more productive and learn to respect the will of the Filipino people.
Sandra. Sir, yung trip to Australia of Mr. Marcos, can you tell us more about it?
It's a private trip made by President-elect Bongbong with his family. And yes, it was confirmed by no less than our ambassador, Philippine ambassador to Australia, Her Excellency Helen de la Vega. And early this morning, I think, Philippine time, nakapag-usap na rin ang pinuno ng bansang Australia, His Excellency Prime Minister Morrison, at ang ating President-elect Bongbong Marcos, kung saan ay nagpahatid ng congratulatory message ang pinuno ng bansang Australia dahil sa integridad na naganap sa ating halalan noong nakaraang Lunes, at kanya rin ipinahatid ang kanyang pagbatik sa sambayan ng Pilipino dahil payapa nating nairaos ang pinaka-demokratikong uri ng pamimili ng leader. And of course, he affirmed yung kanilang gobyerno patuloy na mainit at close interaction at pakikipag-ugnayan sa pamahalaan ng Republika ng Pilipinas, at pagbati na rin sa malinaw at malinis na tagumpay ni President-elect Bongbong.
Pero clarify yung pag-uusap nila, ito pa yung earlier reported.
Hindi, ito yung naganap ngayong araw.
Sa Australia.
Sir, follow-up question on the same matter that the previous bit. Sir, first, until when will the President and his family stay there?
President-elect Bongbong is coming home this Thursday. I think in total he's just out for 3.5 days for a much-needed vacation.
Okay. Sir, Vinny Marcos is celebrating his birthday today. Can you give us more
Happy
details?
birthday, Vinny.
Yes. Can you give us more details on how the family plans to spend it? Just to give us a context on how the first family holds celebrations and other family gatherings.
Well, again, it's a private visit, it's a private trip, at nais lang nilang i-enjoy yung mga nalalabing araw bilang mga pribadong mamamayan, at bago formal at opisyal na manungkulan si President-elect Bongbong bilang pinuno at pangulo ng ating bansa.
Thank you, sir.
Hi,
Atty. Ana po from News Online.
reaction lang po sa sinabi kong Joey Salceda that the government needs more than 300 billion new revenue. So, the government could pay the debts incurred during the Duterte administration. Meron na po bang idea yung Marcos administration kung saan tayo pwedeng kumuha ng new revenues? Because if I remember correctly, sabi niyo po, presumptive President Bongbong Marcos is willing to let go of the revenues na makukuha sa isabong just because of its ill effects sa families.
No, it's not just because the family, the Filipino family is the basic political unit. It's most important than any political unit. So even if the potential revenue, not just for isabong, but for any industry, even if the potential revenue is really enticing, if it will compromise the moral fiber of the youth, if it will compromise the value of the Filipino family, President-elect Bongbong is more than willing to let go of that lucrative source of revenue. As to how we're going to raise it, I'm sure you understand that the present dispensation is still being led by President Duterte. So in all due respect and deference to the President, which we fully support, antayin na lang muna ninyo yung official assumption of President-elect Bongbong as President. But for now, let's support the current administration led by President Duterte.
Do you have an update on the selection of the cabinet, your ongoing vetting process, and also your in-line Salome in the statement that he doesn't want to get involved sa selection process to give the legal time.
Yung sa ating selection process, tuloy-tuloy, we're still searching. And just before he left for his much-needed vacation, may kinausap si President-elect Bongbong na dalawang personalidad at they're still in the private sector. At naging mainit naman yung pagtanggap ng dalawang personalidad nito, subalit humihingi lamang ng konting oras upang magnilay-nilay pag-isipan yung alok ni President-elect Bongbong at konsultahin yung kanilang pamilya dahil kagaya nga ng sinasabi namin, when you're doing so well in the private sector, medyo yun ang nagiging challenge na imbitahin sila na magsakripisyo at tumulong dito sa ninanagis nating nation building at magsilbi bilang mga gabinete, dili kaya opisyal ng parating na pamahalaan ni President-elect Bongbong.
Attorney Eden Santos from Net25 po.
Ay.
VP Sara ay planning to help po yung kanyang inauguration ng July 19 sa Davao. What about po si Press BBM?
Okay. Yung sa inauguration, syempre, ang gusto natin, mindful naman tayo na tayo ay nasa gitna pa rin ng pandemya. We're looking at the traditional venue where the inaugural of all past Philippine presidents are usually held. At yan nga ay doon sa Quirino Grandstand. But alam din naman natin na meron na yung quarantine facility doon. So hindi pa talaga napapag-usapan dahil nga ang desisyon at ang naging pasya ng transition team ng Malacanang sa pamumuno ni Executive Secretary Bongbong Marcos ay antayin natin mabuksan yung Kongreso at simulan yung official canvas at formal na maproklama si President-elect Bongbong at si Vice President-elect Sara Duterte. For now, on hold muna yung pag-uusap, but informally, yes, we're discussing possible sites for the inauguration.
Do you consider po yung Ilocos para sa safety ni President BBM and yung mga dadalo? Since parang may security issue po ba?
Wala naman kami nakikitang security issue, except of course, it comes with the position. Pagka kay Pangulo, siyempre, laging heightened yung security preparation, laging heightened yung level of security na inalalatag ng PSG at ng EFP at PNP. But for now, no. Nagawa nga namin yung kampanya, laging sinasabi ni President-elect Bongbong, panatag siya pag siya'y napapalibutan at kasama ng lahat ng mga sumuporta sa kanya at lahat ng mamamayang Pilipino.
So hindi po kasama yung Ilocos Norte sa pagpipilian ng site?
Wala pang, hindi pa namin we haven't narrowed down the options for where to hold the inauguration. Again, because we defer to the wisdom of the Executive Secretary in the DEA that we all have to wait for the official canvass to begin and for President-elect Bongbong to be officially proclaimed by the Joint House of Congress.
Sir, sir, the former Comelec, Andy Bautista, you told him last week that he better go home and you're going to file a case now. And then he answered back, he has no case at all.
To set the record straight, I never said that we are going to file any case or cases against him. What I said was, please feel free to come home if you think you have the necessary tools to make in person your allegation. And I think it's also a good opportunity for Filipinos to make you account for what you did in the 2016 election. Does he have any case or cases pending before the court or any office of the government? I am not sure. Please feel free to correct me. I think there's one, Lozano versus Bautista. And I think one of the many issues that are still pending, ako bilang Pilipino, gusto ko rin malaman ano yung mga naglabasan noon na mga resibo, yung umano, at yung napakaraming bank accounts mo. Yun lang naman, but other than that, of course, you feel free to come home. Bilang Pilipino, welcome ka dito sa ating bansa.
Sir, you will not file any case against him.
If someone will file a case against him, then outcome yun, itugunin niya.
Sir, Kathy po ng Radyo Pilipinas. Sir, hindi lang po lang statement dun sa overwhelming support sa speakership post ni Majority Leader Martin Romualdez. Ano po yung magiging impact nun sa magiging legislative agenda ng Marcos administration?
I think we're still in the 18th Congress. And for the incoming, I think we are not yet in a position to be making any comment on that since it will be presumptive to join the fray, so to speak. It's a legislative matter and we respect the independence of a co-equal branch of government.
Sir Jerome from Reuters, thank you for the details on the Australian trip. Sir, we understand he's there for to relax, but may mga Filipino community that are calling for to say that Mr. Marcos is not welcome in Australia. Maybe ask for your comments on that.
Nakakahiya. Nakakahiya. Bilang Pilipino, nakakahiya. Hindi ugali ng Pilipino hiyain at pahiyain ang kapwa niya Pilipino sa isang bansa na hindi naman Pilipinas. I think the best authority or person to say whether he is welcome or not are the Australian government, not fellow Filipino na nandoon lang dahil punong-puno ng puot at pait ang puso. Uulitin ko, wala sa kaugalian nating mga Pilipino ang hiyain ang kapwa mo Pilipino sa ibang bansa. Ang Pilipino ay kilala na nagtutulungan. Mababait tayo. Huwag niyo hong gawin yan sa ibang bansa, sa ibang bayan. Wala ho kayong ibang agenda kundi palaganapin ang inyong puot at pait sa inyong puso. Hindi po ganyan ang Pilipino.
Thank you, Atty.
Sir, Julie po from One PH. Sir, may suggestion po na magandang yearly economic ni President Duterte. At this point, kinoconsider po ba natin na napapag-usapan po?
Let me put it this way. With an overwhelming mandate, allow us to let President-elect Bongbong Marcos have his own government and have his own governance. While we respect the many good people that are serving in the present administration, I think we'll just give him enough space to define his government and to have his own governance.
Yes, Attorney. Taking off from that, Attorney, it's highly anticipated Bongbong Marcos' selection of his economic managers. Where are we now po dun sa particular selection ng crucial na grupo na ito? And when you mentioned that he spoke with at least 2 private individuals before he left, are those potential members of his economic team, Attorney?
Well, I guess I got their permission before I came down here. Yung dalawang taong binabanggit ko, Ina, na kinausap ni President-elect Bongbong Marcos bago siya umalis, ay si dating Secretary of Labor and Employment, Benny Laguesma, at si Ms. Toots Ople. Ito yung mga taong respetado sa larangan ng labor and employment. na kanyang kinausap at tinanong kung nais maglingkod sa gobyerno sa ilalim ng pamahalaang Marcos. At sila naman ay very warm yung pagtanggap. They were honored. But yun nga, when you're doing so well in the private sector and you're doing so well with your private practice, medyo challenging din na maimbita mo sa pamahalaan dahil sakripisyo yan. And humihingi lang sila ng kaunting panahon nang makonsulta at makausap yung kanilang mga mahal sa buhay, siguro yung ilang kaibigan at yung mga taong kanilang pinaniniwalaan at pinakikinggan at hihingi ng payo.
Sir, regarding the, sorry sir, the first part of my question po, regarding the your screening selection process for the crucial group, the economic.
Tuloy-tuloy yun. Ganon din yung challenges na aming kinakaharap, lalo na pagdating sa economic team because he's been talking to a lot of respected individuals in their field, in the economy, in the banking, in the investment, and in the business sector. Ang nagiging malaking challenge talaga at hamon ay magsasakripisyo yung pagpasok sa gobyerno. Imagine mo, ang gagaling nito, they're doing so well in the private sector, hindi naman sila sanay na under microscope or everyday under scrutiny, kahit hindi naman mali yung ginagawa, binabatikos o pinupulaan. So these are all the challenges that we are facing as we continue with our search and as we continue with the vetting process at yung pag-i-interview mismo ni President-elect Bongbong.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Marie, sir, ito ba tayong pangalan na pwedeng mag-indel? Meron dito mga lumalabas ulit na bago naman sa, like for example, the Justice Department na si Congressman Nagrally. May mga gano'n na po.
Para hindi tayo siguro maligaw, walang listahan. Ulitin ko, walang listahan. And the names that I will be announcing, I think are those names na talagang nakausap at meron kaming pahintulot na mabanggit man lang kung sila'y nakausap na o kinoconsider na bilang appointee ni President-elect Bongbong. And to be fair to them, ulitin ko, ang appointment hindi lang naman one way yan, kinakailangan tanggapin din ng mga taong ninanais mong i-appoint sa iyong pamahalaan.
Hi, Attorney Alan, sir, from PTV. Sir, can we just get your reaction on the Angat Buhay NGO of VP Robredo, sir?
Narinig ko yan, pero hindi ko alam kung ano yung tunay na layunin. Basta sinabi ko, lahat tayo ay may karapatang bumuo ng kahit anumang grupo, samahan o association for as long as we recognize the Constitution, for as long as we will respect the law, and we will act according to the prevailing laws, rules, and regulations. Kung ang layunin nito ay tulungan ang kapwa natin Pilipino, by all means, they are more than welcome. At yun nga ang hinihingi natin. Yung mensahe ng pagkakaisa, tuloy-tuloy yun. At ang pagkakaisa comes in many forms, and one of which is tulungan natin. Magkaisa tayong tumulong sa kapwa Pilipino, tulungan natin yung ating mga kababayan, lalo na yung nasa ibang bayan, at huwag tayo gagawa ng bagay na para lang hiyain o pahiyain ang ating kababayan.
Attorney, meron ka ba yung gusto i-announce yung nagsusolicit ng unauthorized yung
Yeah, thank you. Yung kagabi ho ay may nahuli na muli ng National Bureau of Investigation Operatives yung gumagamit ng aking fake FB or messenger account. At unfortunately, nung kanilang trinase ito, natuntun yung suspect sa loob mismo ng BJMP Detention Center sa Bikutan. So ito ay eye-opener na kahit pala nakakulong na, I was told na sa maximum detention facility pa yung tao, kahit na nasa maximum detention facility na, ay nakakalusot pa rin ang mga telepono, ang mga gadgets. So may malaking pagkukulang ang BJMP at yan ay dapat pagtuunan ng kasalukuyang pamahalaan at siguro ay aming ding dadalhin pagdating ng panahon ng masawata yung mga illegal na gawain sa loob ng ating mga detention facilities.
Attorney, para sa last two questions ko po. Ano po yung priority na legislative and economic agenda ni BBM for his first 100 days? And then, para lang maklarify, hindi naman po nahihirapan na naghahanap ng mga magiging miyembro ng gabinete si BBM dahil ayaw po nilang sumali sa kanyang gabinete or talaga lang pong mahigpit lang yung ating pagpili para hindi tayo magkamali.
Dalawang bagay, nagiging masusi yung paghahanap at nagiging masusi yung pag-interview. Pangalawa, yung sinabi ko nga, na challenge din talaga na kumbinsihin mo itong mga galing sa pribadong sektor na pansamantalang iwanan yung kanilang pribadong buhay at sumailalim dito sa buhay na para kang nasa loob ng glass house at araw-araw ay under scrutiny, 24/7 ang public service. It's not that they do not want to serve the country. It's not that they are not willing to make these meaningful sacrifices. Kinakailangan lang nilang ihanda. Bukod sa kanilang sarili, higit sa lahat siguro ay yung kanilang mga pamilya.
The first 100 days will go to legislative election.
Yung first 100 days, we are not looking at first 100 days. Because we don't talk about the first 100 days nang nasa gitna ka pa ng pandemya, ang daming problemang haharapin. Ang aming ang pananaw, sabi nga ni President-elect Bongbong, siguro mas mainam na sukatin at husgahan tayo doon sa kanyang magiging last 100 days instead na sa first 100 days. 100 days is just like going through another 90-day campaign period. And many of you, if not all, have been part of our campaign. Alam ninyo kung gaano kabilis lumipas yung 90 days or 100 days na yan. And what we can expect in the first 100 days, possibly those meaningful appointments on the position in the government.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yung daw video na sinare mo, yung para sa inyo, meron sa
Nakabali ka. Thank you.
So mga kababayan, comment kayo ako na ng reaction nyo sa pahayag ni Vic Rodriguez, itong spokesperson ni Bongbong Marcos sa mga tanong ng mga mainstream media na itong ang sagwa ng tanong, iwan ko sino na gano yun. At huwag nyo rin kalimutan i-follow, i-subscribe itong ating channel. Maraming salamat, good evening.